Hey guys, I'm here in bed. My familiar here has decided to join me. He's been awful cuddly today, and he's kind of feeling the exhaustion, the vibes going on. So, what I really wanted to come on here and talk about was the witches movement that Nina Soul and Red Witch are kind of spearheading because of the issues that they're having with their city, or their county rather, in Chicago. Now, I knew we had some witchcraft laws and different types of things like that in this county, and I know that we had different permits that we needed to get when we started opening the shop. Not only do I have to have a gift shop permit, but I also have to have a fortune teller's license. You guessed it. They were talking about the fortune teller's tax and license. Well, I received a paper from a very helpful young lady. Actually, that was in the tax collector's office, and she was a little bit more help than, a lot of people were. And actually my city was not too bad. The county, I learned that I did not have to go to because I am in the city limits, and they basically control my property and what I can do with it. In this city, I even have to get a permit for a yard sale. And my permit for my yard sales they're only good for, I think it's like 48 to 72 hours. So that's a weekend, Friday through Sunday. And anything beyond that, I cannot do. And I also have to make sure that I don't apply any sooner than every 6 months, which is awful. I even have to have a permit to put a shed on my property or fix my roof. Which I understand with some of this stuff, because you have to make sure your electric's correct. I get this whole safety thing. But what I don't understand is this paper. Now let me turn the camera around. You can see my messy bedroom. Okay. This is what I need. A permit for $225. Sorry, my ears collar. $225 for a fortune teller's license, for service for that. Now, that's for spiritual entertainment, palmistry, spiritual advice, anything like that. However, exempt from business tax only if you are part of a Christian church who heal the sick by prayers on regularly ordained ministers of churches who are members of the Florida State Spiritualist Ministerial Association. So, I have to be a part of a Christian church in order to be in order to be exempt from this yearly payment of $225. Now, those of you who watched Spiritual Vibes and Soul Sisters video with, I think it was the episode with Lady Gravedancer. I can't remember if it was that one or if that was their separate live. But they were talking about this as well. If you're going to tax one religion, tax them all. If you're going to have them exempt, have them exempt. I honestly feel as if our First Amendment rights for freedom of religion, freedom of expression, and the pursuit of happiness is being infringed on right now as we speak due to stuff like this. These are ancient laws that need to be stopped, and nobody is forcing anybody to purchase anything. Now, if you buy a reading from somebody, you are giving them an exchange of energy. And the exchange of energy meaning in the form of dollars or a favor or a trade. Now, I've done all of it. I've given free readings, I've done trades, I've taken money. It all depends on what type of currency somebody's using and if you need it. It's all about your exchange of energy and your time. And that's a whole debate for another situation. But on top of all that, I have to go and get my property rezoned. Well, you see, I own, I think it's a quarter an acre. I can't remember, but it's a pretty good size for being in town. It's a corner lot. And at one time it was zoned for multi-use. It had a commercial property up front, and it also had the house in the back, which is the part that I'm in right now. Now, the whole thing with that, I think it used to be a fruit stand up front. I mean, I don't know exactly, but I just know that the people that were here before me told me that it used to be a fruit stand and it was something else, like a construction business. I don't know. I think that they did not operate under permits like they were supposed to, because the people at the rezoning office told me that this property had not been retaxed since the 1950s. So, or rezoned and taxed for business since the 1950s. So you have to excuse my hot mess. It's pretty late. I'm getting kind of tired. I've been running around all day. But unfortunately, I have all this paperwork that I have to fill out, and I'm trying to get it all situated, but there was something that kind of disturbed me. Not only do I have to apply for the rezoning of this property, it's going to cost us $750, and it's non-refundable. If the magistrates or the court or the board, whatever it is that it goes to after it leaves the permitting office, because I have to make 10 copies. It says I have to have the originals and then make 9 other copies. So there's a total of 10 copies. I'm assuming there's 10 people that are going to be looking at this at the same time. They said that I need to go through, make sure that the business is not infringing on the neighborhood, etc., which it wouldn't. I'm not dumping nuclear waste. There's a laundromat across from me. A events hall, a florist is right next door, and I have a convenience shop right across the street. And on the next road down, I have a hospital, and the road down from them is the main street, the main drag. It has, oh, yeah, I forgot to mention, I have 2 bars across the street as well. I have a dive bar and a gay bar, which, you know, they're normally pretty quiet on both accounts, so it doesn't really bother the neighborhood, and I'd be closing up at 7 p.m. I wouldn't be playing loud music, nothing like that, so it shouldn't have affected the people at all. The point being, I do not understand why it is costing so much to rezone and to get these permits for a property that I own. I can come in, I can understand the county inspector coming in and making sure my electric is up to code, that there's no fire hazard, that my floor is good, you know, my ceiling's not falling in, you know, all that good stuff. But I don't understand why I need all these different permits and all this stuff to run my property the way that I feel like. So I just wanted to say that from 1,700 miles away, I completely understand and support what Nina and Red Witch are doing. I don't think we should be taxed. I don't think we should need permits in order to do divination. Yes, to sell things, I get it. But to practice a form of spirituality or spiritual guidance when it clearly states that praying for the sick and using it or being tax exempt in a church setting. Now, I don't see the difference between, hey, let me read your cards, you know, here's $10, read my cards, versus, hey, I'm going to put 10% of my wages every week or every month or whatever you do for your tithes and offering for your church. I do not see the difference. If you're going to tax one, tax all. $225 for a permit to be able to sling some tarot cards. That is absolute and utterly ridiculous. Something needs to be done. And the zoning, the rezoning of the property is another animal all in itself. I need to get on the ball with that, and I've just been so nervous to drop that $750 check in the mail just to have, you know, the uncertainty of what is going to be said or done. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I am working at getting this taken care of. I do receive calls for the shop daily, a couple times a day, because I'm officially not open, but I have been getting people looking for things, orders, wondering when I'm going to be open. And it breaks my heart knowing that my county needs something like this. I mean, we have a big box New Age store in the mall, and I've gotten several calls that it's not what somebody's looking for, because you can order a lot of that stuff online. My family and I, we've been doing a whole lot of handcrafted stuff, one of a kind, and a lot of it is what people are looking for. And I want to be able to help when and where I can. And I just feel as if I'm being like my hands are being tied, because I can't just open my doors when I should be able to. If my building is safe, I should be able to open my doors. But I guess that's the way that it is. And I'm just going to close here and stop rambling, but I really wanted to get on here and let you guys know that we're with you in Florida. I'm with you. Love from my shop to yours. Keep going on. Keep doing what you're doing. The people need you. And that's about it. If anybody has any questions, can just leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer as best I can. I am on Facebook, Eden's Essential Elements, and I am on Instagram on Eden's Essential Elements. Go ahead and friend me, chat with me. I give more updates on there. Thanks for watching.